नमस्कार. आयच्या गजाली कार्यावळींत तुमकां समेस्तांक माय मोगाचो येवकार. आयज एक खासा कार्यावळींत आमच्या मदें आसा एक नामनेचे दिग्दर्शक. कारण ताणें हालींच एक नवें फिल्म तयार केलां, नाचोया कुपासार. आनीक लोक पिसो कसो ह्या फिल्माक वडत वेता. जायते जाण पळोवंक रावल्यात ह्या फिल्माचो दिग्दर्शक म्हणजे डायरेक्टर कोण काय म्हूण. तो जावन आसा आमचो गोंयचोच आमचो गोंयकार भाव बाळरोय बारेटो. आयच्या कार्यावळींत मागीर मोगाचो येवकार.
थँक्यू.
बाळरोय बाब, हे नाचोया कुपासार हो जो कॉन्सेप्ट तुज्या हातांत पडलो तेन्ना तुवें ह्या फिल्मांची जी आउटलायन आसा ती कशी कितें तयार केली?
ते बरें स्टार्टेड अरावंड 10 वर्स फाटीं चालू जाल्लें this thought behind. I've had a successful career in advertising. So when it comes a time you have to give something back to your motherland. Yeah. So in that sense I wanted to do something back for Goa.
हय, म्हणटच जेन्ना तूं मुंबय आसलो तेन्ना तूं आनीक चलचित्रां करीत आसलो?
Mostly into advertising.
एडवर्टायझींग,
commercial films करतालो, advertising commercial.
हय, म्हणजे ह्या पिक्चरा पासत 10 वर्सां व्हडलो काळ घेवपा फाटल्यान कारण अशें कितें?
कितें first is to do a film on musicians, so I had to do lot of research. जायते रिसर्च करप पडलें. What was their life, how they lived in that era. So it was very responsible. I took it as a responsibility versus just another film. So that research took really 7-8 years.
Wow.
Okay, and it took 3 more years to execute the project.
पूण जे पिक्चर हांवें लागींच्यान पळयलां तातूंत जे तुवें कलाकार घातल्यात, स्पेशली म्हणूं येता डॉना आनीक लॉरी, हांचें सिलेक्शन तुवें कशें कितें केलें?
सो हिंगा गोंया आमी 6 म्हयन्यासान ऑडिशन करताले टू हॅव आमचे डॉना मेळपाक. आफ्टर 6 months कोणूच मेळना. Okay, one girl literally made it. We did 3 rounds of auditions, but we needed more of a jazz singer. Okay, so and the singer which we nearly shortlisted as in the artist, so every time she sang her hands came up, so it was more of a Bollywood vibe, not a jazz singer. So we needed someone to sing from the heart.
Okay.
So in that sense no one cut the this, and lot of people didn't come at that point of time. जायते लोक ऑडिशनाक येवंकूच नाही, because I think the Konkani cinema no one took it seriously.
खरेंच.
It was a perception changer. And eventually we got Donna 20 days before the shoot. And
ओके, म्हणटच ताचें सिलेक्शन कशें कितें जालें?
they, after giving up the everything in Goa, we started doing auditions in Bombay. We started targeting the Mangalorean and Goan community even in Bombay. Even there we couldn't get. So finally one friend showed me the photograph who had, I said, okay, the look wise she is fine, let's do a audition. So we called Palome and she sang. Okay, and she sang an English song. So and she could convince me in the way could sing. So I said, okay, this is the first test. So she can sing and she can convince me. So that's how we took her on. Then we do something called a look test, where we put her and Laurie together and did a scene. So she could also act, so that was a bonus. And then you know rest is
ओके, म्हणटच तें बेंगॉलचें?
Bengali. Yeah, she is a
पूण
Bengali.
जी आमची कोंकणी मायभास आसा तातूंत कशें कितें मिसळ तुमी ताका केलें?
She had a language coach throughout, and there was a girl called Messi. She was there with her throughout the shoot. So she learnt all the songs. Okay, and she knew the meaning of the song. That's only way she can convince you. Yeah, and so I think it was, and she put in loads of hard work. I think she was quite focused and she did her job, and the other little bit we pushed her, nudged her, and
हय, म्हणटच जो ही काणी बरोवपी आसा म्हणजे बरयणार रायटर, ताचो जो कॉन्सेप्ट आसलो तो कित्याचेर बेज आसलो? म्हणजे ही जी काणी तुज्या हातान पडली त्या उपरांत लॉरी आनीक डॉना हे जे कॅरेक्टर तातूंत दाखयल्यात ते तुजे तकलेन तुवें कशें हाडले?
like आमी भुरगेपणी we used to listen to this song. Okay, we grew up listening to these songs. So कितें मुंजोग ती घेता. So I've grown up listening to it. So this is what literally took me back. This I thought there was a story in these musicians, there was a story in this song, and then we started doing. We wanted to do a biopic to start with. Okay, biopic on out of those many musicians. I think this chapter was interesting. And
होय बरेटो बाब आनीक एक म्हाका उगडास येता इंग्लीश एक स्वीट ड्रीम पॅट्सी क्लायन हाचें एक चलचित्र आसा आनीक तें चलचित्र सिमिलर हेच भाशेन ते एक सिंगर प्लस ते पियानो वाजोवपी
ओके
एक प्लेन क्रशान ते सोंपता आनी ताच्या उपरांत 1985 वर्साक 1985 वर्साक ताचें स्वीट ड्रीम नांवाचें एक पिक्चर येता कारण ते लौकिकेचे तेंगशेर तेकलेलें इतलें फामाद आनीक तातूंत जेन्ना आमी हें पिक्चर पळयतात नाचोया कुपासार तशीच स्टोरी आनी तशेंचशें तर त्या पिक्चरांतल्यान बी तुमकां कितें फायदो जालो जावं तुमकां
आय रियली नॉट अवेअर ऑफ दिस
कारण जेसिका नांवाच्या एका चेडवान तातूंत तसली भुमिका केल्या आनीक तें पिक्चर ऑस्कर एवॉर्डाक नॉमिनेट जालें
ओके
एक बऱ्यांतलें बरें पिक्चर म्हाका त्या पिक्चराचो थोडो अनुभव आसा म्हणटच तुमकांय बी ताचो कितें बूस्ट मेळ्ळो काय म्हण
नो नो आय एक्चुअली सी दॅट वॉट वी डीड इज वी टूक द सॉंग्स and we put them in a certain playlist. So there was a story in the songs. There was story of initial love, wanting to sing. So we created a certain order. And once that playlist happened, then we started writing the scenes to take the story forward. So it's exactly the opposite of how normally you write a script and then you put the songs. Here we put the songs and then we wrote the script.
होय बरेटो बाब हांव तुमकां तुमच्या लॅक्चरान जाणावंक सोदतां की तुमी खंयचे पिरायेर मुंबय पावले
I reached Bombay in 87.
87 म्हणटच त्या काळार कारण हें विचारपा फाटल्यान इतलेंच हेतू की जे आर्ट डायरेक्शन आसा जो सेट जे फर्निचर बोमोयचो कूड कसो कितें मेंटेन केलो
See, I Bombay गेलो तेन्ना थिंगाच रावतालो चिरा बाजार. So all the clubs were around. Okay, they were either in Dovitala or in the Chira Bazaar or Dabul. So I've been to all these clubs. I know what the life is. Then I was staying Titinavara, Rautalo. So I know the spaces where these people lived. So for me it was very easy to recreate. It's mostly out of memory, nothing else.
होय आनीक जे तातूंत तुवें कॉस्ट्यूम कपडे वापरल्यात ते पिक्चर पळयतना अशें दिसता की आमी त्याच काळांत आसात तो ताचेर कितें कसो अभ्यास केलो
Everything, this is, we did a research on the costumes also. We made sure that all the silhouettes are true to that era. The materials we chose are true to that era. Then the prints. So it's very simple, like the rich people used to wear muted colors and the poor people wear more colorful costumes. So there are certain things you maintain and then you do it. So a lot of research.
त्या पिक्चरांत एक तुमी एक काजाराची सीन दाखयल्या खरेंच तो काळ एक आंगार कांटो उबो जाता तर ते आयच्या काळांत कशें कितें तयार केलें
Yes, see, there are दोन काजार आहे one is माटवान जाता so that is of the middle class. So if you look at the costumes there, it's loud, it's more colorful. So because people used to wear louder costume. मागीर एक काजार at a richer बामणागारा आसा. So that is more muted color palette we maintained. And we recreated everything. So we knew the bandstand तेंगा सालान जाताले आणि at the middle class it was in the माटो आंगणान जाताले. So we maintained all that माटो गान आणि so we didn't try to do anything extraordinary. We just recreated.
होय पण त्या काजाराच्या सिक्वेन्सांतले जे कलाकार आसात तांची बांदावळ कशी कितें केली
So yeah, so everything, like since it was a mega in terms of the casting and everything, so we had to select people. Even when selecting extras, we were very careful whom to select, what was the dressing costume. So there are 1,800 costumes stitched for this film. Yeah, so we took lot of effort into it. So
आनीक तो जो काळ आसा तो काळ तुमी शूटिंग कितल्या दिसां मध्ये तो काळ तुमी दाखोवपाचो प्रयत्न केलो रिसर्चाक तुका फाटलीं 5 अदीक वर्सां लागलीं पूण शुटिंगाचो पिरियड कसो कितें आसलो?
See, after research, when the time came to do the film, I took 1 year. एक वर्ष I did scouting of the locations in Goa. So even the Bombay part we wanted to shoot in Goa. So 1 year it took us to look. I took my own time. Okay, atalo, बहुत रावतलो आणि so we decided on the location. These are the places we'll shoot.
सिएल्डा पेरेराचेर कसो फार मारलो?
Cielda Pereira walked in for an audition.
Okay.
Okay, she walked in for an audition. We literally sent her back saying, "We don't have a role for you." Okay, and that's the time she turned around and said, "No, I've come here to sing, not to act."
Okay.
So that's how they called her and said, "Okay, then sing."
Okay.
Okay, and that audition of hers reached me. I was in Bombay that time. So the moment I heard her, I said, "Okay, this is the one." And she was very young. This was now 3 years back.
म्हणटच ताका मोल्ड करूंक
Yeah, no, what was good about Cielda is she was young, she was brave, she had no hang-ups of anything. She just sang the songs from the heart. So I think that was her whole, she was not too studied also. She was quite raw, and at the same time she had that honesty in her voice. So I think that is what I liked her about her. She didn't try to imitate anyone, which was the good part about her.
होय आनीक ही सगळीं कांतारां तुमी मुंबयच रिकॉर्ड केलीं?
Yeah, we started, we did bit of it in Goa. For the shoot, we do something called scratches, scratch tracks. So for the shoot, we did couple of scratch tracks in Goa. Then we recreated quite most of the songs back in Bombay because you needed, the average age of the musicians was 64, 65. So you needed those musicians of that era to come and play. So we had to go back and recreate it, everything live. There's nothing synthesized about it.
म्हणटच जे म्युझिशियन संगीतकार जे तुम्ही वापरल्यात ते स्क्रिनाचेर दिसताच त्याच संगीतकारांनी हे सगळे संगीत एक ओरिजिनल म्युझिक तयार केला?
No, some bits are played by them, okay, but quite a lot of bit is played by the musicians who are based in Bombay. Okay, that is Montserrat Brothers and like the people who played with in the film industry. So we had to go back and recreate all that with a great meticulously.
होय म्हणटच हे सगळें करूंक तुमकां दुडूय जावो पडलो?
दुडू जायचं.
होय कारण जेन्ना स्क्रिनाचेर दाखयता तेन्ना उणेंच म्हाका दिसता 95 अशें कितें प्रोड्युसर आसात.
Yeah, it's totally 100 now.
100.
Yeah.
पण हे 100 जावपा फाटलें कारण कितें म्हणजे बजेट कसो कितें जालो?
So when we started to the film, okay,